Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear class, Assalamu alaikum. In this session, we shall discuss government and politics in Pakistan 1947 to 1958. So, in this chapter, we shall discuss the first Constituent Assembly for a new state, quest for a system and constitution, balance between East and West Pakistan, and partition issues and dispute. As you know, Pakistan emerged on the map of world on 14th August 1947 as an ideological state. It was a result of great struggle by the political leadership of Muslims headed by Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So this was the result of democratic struggle. So this new state, our emerging state, faced very serious issues in the beginning. First and foremost issue was the Constituent Assembly or legislature for a new state. And second, capital. The federal capital was left in Delhi with the Indian government, and not any arrangement was made by the British to provide a capital for a new state. As you know, this is a very difficult task, offices and other things. Next was search for a system and quest for a new constitution. So partition issues and disputes, these issues and disputes were multiplied by the intransigent behavior of India and inclination of Lord Mountbatten towards the Congress. Migration and settlement problem, this was the biggest migration of the history of the world at that time, and all these issues were multiplied by financial constraints. As you know, when Pakistan emerged on the map of the world on 14th August 1947, in result of our relentless struggle of the freedom fighters. The first issue was who will run the state. The first institution was required, that was Constituent Assembly. So it was decided that the Muslim members who were elected in result of election 1946, they will constitute a new Constituent Assembly and legislature for emergent state. So those areas which were left in India, for that few members were elected, and this assembly was comprised by 79 members. This is called First Constituent Assembly of Pakistan. So this assembly, there are many important issues before the assembly. There were constituent issues, political issues, economic issues, etc., etc. So the first was to start with some legal framework, and the first Constituent Assembly adopted Act of 1935 with necessary changes called Interim Constitution to run the state business till the formulation and proclamation of Constitution of Pakistan, and this operated first and second Constituent Assembly up to 23rd March 1956, and under the new Constitution 1956, the same assembly, which was the second Constituent Assembly, continued its business. The next step was to decide about the structure of the state. So the first Constituent Assembly decided in favor of the federal structure, in favor of the federalism. This was in the continuity of the Indian state structure, although at that time provinces were just an administrative units. Provinces were working as administrative units. So the same system was adopted by the new state, and history indicates that system, federal structure, was demand of the Muslim leadership even under the British regime. You can see decentralizations, so various demands of the separate elections and autonomous status of the provinces. Decentralization Commission 1906, Lucknow Pact, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah's 14-point, etc., etc. The next was system of government. For this purpose, the Assembly adopted parliamentary system of government. Under the parliamentary system of the government, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah was inducted as the first Governor General of Pakistan, and Liaquat Ali Khan, very close associate of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and the then Secretary General of Pakistan Muslim League, was elected as Prime Minister of Pakistan. So, the important characteristics of this period are feudal lords. The political elites were comprised by feudal lords, civil bureaucrats, and military bureaucrats. So, this was the early decisions of the first Constituent Assembly, which was comprised by the freedom fighters and headed by Liaquat Ali Khan as the Prime Minister, and the Governor General was father of the nation, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. In next lecture, we shall discuss the partition problem. For this, you can consult the book Emergence of Pakistan, written by Chaudhry Muhammad Ali. Thank you very much. You can ask questions by using various devices, so as you are comfortable. Thank you.